Hi there, this is Joachim Urschitz. Thanks for watching Reggae Steady Ska TV. Today's episode will be about one of the top ska musicians to come from Germany, Dr. Ringling. It was a bit awkward to do the interview with him in English because we both speak German as a native language. But everything Dr. Ringling does is an international affair, like his new album Piping Hot, on which he worked with musicians from many different countries. Richie Alexander, the man behind Dr. Ringling, has been prolific in many styles in recent years, from dancehall to French chanson. But his love for traditional ska has never faded. It was only a question of time until a new album was due. But yeah, I'm very happy that you're here to talk with me about it and later on to play something from the album. Here, in this TV studio that we set up to look like a living room, I heard that you got the idea to record this album early this year?
Yeah, about a year ago. I was on tour actually in Italy and in Poland, and I played some of my old ska material with that band from Poland, the Bartenders from Warsaw. And then I went on to Rome and had 3 shows with a band from Rome called Shots in the Dark. A great band. They play traditional style, and I did my traditional old ska tunes with them. They were also backing Roy Ellis, Mr. Simmerip, and Natty Bow from London was there spinning records. So we had a few shows there, and I got so excited, and I said, man, I have to record some ska tunes again. And this and Tony from Liquidator Records from Madrid was there too. And I said, look, if I recorded a couple of tunes, would you put them out as a single? And he said, yes. And I said, I got all this inspiration. I was taking notes and like all these ideas that I had already for some ska tunes, and I wrote them down. And I said, wow, I have an album's worth of material already, ideas for this. Then I worked them out. And then I asked my very faithful band, the Freedom Street Band from Barcelona, if they would be willing to record this album, that I had prepared some ska tunes, and they said yes, luckily.
The team was completed by some fine instrumentalists like Matthias from the Busters and Marcus from the Senior All Stars. The decision who released the record was easy for Dr. Ringling.
It was pretty clear because about a year before that, or before, like a year ago now, he put out, Pork Pie Records put out the El Boss and the Ping Pongs album, and I was very happy with their work, how they do it, how they do promotion, how they handle everything, and somehow it was clear that we should do a vinyl version too, because traditional ska goes on vinyl. There has to be an LP. And my agency in Barcelona, Catalonia, Spain, they also are a small record label. So they're called Buen Ritmo Records, and they offered to put out the vinyl version, and I said yes. Well, I offered that they could put it out. Any which way you look at it. Yeah, and so there's vinyl and the CD, and they are cooperating together, Pork Pie and Buen Ritmo, for the release of this album.
It may surprise the listener, but on Piping Hot, Dr. Ringling showed some respect to traditional folk songs, German and Catalan. Yeah, let's talk about some of the songs on the album. One is quite outstanding for us as Germans too, is the song Freedom of Thought.
Yes.
As an instrumental, which is from a German Volkslied.
Yeah, it's a folk song.
Yeah.
German folk song. Die Gedanken sind frei, and actually there are 2 folk songs on the album. One is this one, Freedom of Thought, Die Gedanken sind frei, and a Catalan folk song. So this is showing respect to the Catalan musicians that are on the album, and to my big fan base in Catalonia. They are one of the most lively and vivid ska scenes in the world, I would say. I listen to a lot of music from all around the world and a lot of ska music from all around the world, and I would say that the Catalan scene is one of the strongest in the world. So this is showing respect to them, and I love the song. Again, it was the sound engineer, Doc Enrico, who gave me the idea to do it. He said, look, if you can maybe, I have an idea, maybe, or you have enough songs already. I said, what is it? He said, well, this song, I was feeling bad, and then I was sitting at the piano and I played this song that my father sang to me, and maybe a ska version would be nice. And I didn't know the song, and I listened to it. I loved it. I did a demo immediately and sent it back to him. I said, do you think something like this? He said yes. So we did that. We did arrangement for that. But the other one is interesting. It's a folk song from Germany. Die Gedanken sind frei, freedom of thought. It's actually originally in 3/4 time. So we changed the rhythm.
Yeah.
Die Gedanken sind frei, wer kann sie erraten? Sie fliegen vorbei wie nächtliche Schatten. Kein Mensch kann sie wissen, kein Jäger erschießen mit Pulver und Blei. Die Gedanken sind frei. Und sperrt man mich ein in finstere Kerker, das alles das sind vergebliche Werke, denn meine Gedanken zerreißen die Schranken und Mauern entzwei. Die Gedanken sind frei und Mauern entzwei. Die Gedanken sind frei. Die Gedanken sind frei.
One very special song is, of course, the one you did with Doreen Schaefer.
Doreen Schaefer, yes.
And it's a cover version of a Peter Gabriel song. How did that come across?
I've always been fascinated by the song. When it came out in the 80s, I somewhat liked it. I didn't understand the lyrics well. It's just don't give up, don't give up. I mean, this you understand, but not that it's about unemployment and resignation and things like that. And then, of course, to not give up, not to resignate. And I liked it, and I knew I wanted to do a duet, and I knew I wanted to do one with Doreen Schaefer for the album, and I knew it had to be something special, like out of the obvious. Like we could have done a like Housewife's Choice, Derek and Patsy or something, but that's too obvious. So I thought it was interesting to transfer this song into rocksteady. It's like a slow ska rocksteady beat that we use now. Doreen didn't know the song before, but she liked the lyrics. She fell in love with the lyrics because it's positive and good, and she is a positive and good person. So I'm very happy that we could do it together, and it's become one of my favorites on the album.
Yet many highlights on Piping Hot are original songs by Dr. Ringding. Some of them sound like they have always been there.
But I try to keep them as much in the vein of the old spirit as possible. So some of them may sound like a Prince Buster song or a Derek Morgan song or Stanley tune or things like that, or like Scatterlights, what they would have played or would have composed. Because I like the style, so I try to keep. Yes, stay faithful to the spirit, to the old spirit. But of course, it's lyrics wise, it's things out of my life, good things, positive things, and so it's personal, but it is in the style, it's in the vein of the old traditional music from Jamaica from the 60s.
And there's one, maybe especially personal song that is Charles Berg?
Yeah, Charles Birk. By the way, it's French. It was French. That's an instrumental tune, and that's the name of my grandfather. he died in '61, so 9 years before I was born, so I never knew him. And I dedicated this instrumental tune to him, Charles Birk, and I think he would have liked it. Sometimes my mother looks at me and says, "Oh, you look like my father right now," and I said, "Wow, that's crazy." So I think there is some of the good spirit is floating around, and so I'm trying to give something back by doing this.
You find an instrumental in remembrance of his grandfather next to some fun songs with lyrics worth listening to closely.
Some of them are. It's nice to find pictures for some songs that are not too, that are a bit out of the ordinary. Like in All Because I Love You, I'm using some pictures that are. It's a love song, but it has some funny elements, and there to go. Okay, first you write something, and this is the obvious thing you would write, and then you change it to make it less obvious. Things like search for the Holy Grail, cut your fingernail. You know, or catch a tiger by the tail. You know, some stuff from sayings and proverbs that I use, and stuff. I would catch the biggest fish, then prepare your favorite dish, clean up after if you wish, all because I love you. You know, it's I like it. I like to play around a bit with the different levels of poetry.
Set aside all the versatility, there is still one concept holding the album together.
The whole album deals with positivity, with love, with life, lust for life, for love. There is no negativity on the album, and I did this on purpose. We recorded 2 more songs, and they're a bit negative, so they're not on the album. For other reasons too, but I wanted to keep it positive, have a positive message. It's about falling in love, about loving your life, not give up. These things, and I think it's important. I did other albums that are more gloomy, and I somehow like that. I also like you know, music of Tom Waits, and it's always about broken things and broken heart. And no, I wanted to do something positive, and you can listen and it makes you feel good, and it gives you positive energy. How much do I love you? I'll tell you no lie. All the way to the moon, way up in the sky. How long will I hold you? All through the night, under that moon, shining bright. All the way to the moon is a mighty long way. But wait, there's more. What more can I say? How much do I love you? Like there is no end. All the way to the moon and back again. Beautiful. Nice.
Yeah, beautiful.
All the way to the moon.
Okay. If you could use some positivity in your life, check out Piping Hot.